morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about one of the most important contribution by Emile Durkheim, that is social facts. When he discussed about social facts, he mainly differentiated between two kind of worlds. First one is the physical world, where facts can be easily observed, or facts can be seen easily. This physical world is the world of the natural world, where we can see things easily, where we can observe things easily. This is the natural world. Like suppose tree can easily be observed, a rock can be easily be observed, a building can be easily observed. So this physical world, facts are very easily observed. These facts are called um, physical facts. On the contrary, uh, Durkheim has mainly focused on social facts. So according to him, uh, like the physical world, we also have a social world where facts are social in nature, but it cannot be directly observed like in case of physical world. It has to be observed indirectly. So we have to look into other aspects through which we can observe these social facts. Like suppose for religion, suppose religion is an example of social facts. Now religion cannot be observed directly out there. You cannot see anything and say that this is religion. Religion cannot be touched and felt. Religion cannot be seen directly. But we can use some symbols through which we can understand the existence of religion, like say a temple or a church or a mosque. These are some of the physical things which tells us the existence of an institution of religion. So it has to be observed indirectly through the rituals of the people, through the beliefs of the people. We understand the existence of an institution called religion. So in this way, social facts are those facts which cannot be directly seen always, or which has to be mostly observed indirectly to find out the existence of it. Now, in order to understand social facts, Durkheim has highlighted some of the characteristics of social facts. The most important characteristics of social facts, according to Durkheim, is externality. Externality means individuals are external to the whatever social facts that is there. Means social facts is not a part of the individual; it is outside the individual. So hence we say that social facts are external to individuals, like say religion, say family. These are external to the individual. This is outside the individual. So we don't have direct influence on social facts. These social facts exist beyond us. So it is not within us but beyond us. So the first very important characteristics of social facts is that these are external to individuals. Next, another very important characteristics of social facts is it applies a kind of constraints on individuals. Like if you look at any of the social facts, say religion, say family, say law, all these social facts exerts a kind of a constraint on individual. Means through say religion also exerts a kind of a constraint on us. Family exerts a constraint on us, that how we should be behaving, what should be the function of a father. So no matter what we like or don't like, those constraints are applied on us, and because of those constraints our behaviors are molded in certain way. So because somebody is a father, some responsibilities are automatically bestowed on that particular individual, that because you are a father, you have to take care of the food of your children, you have to take care of the education of your children. So in this way, family exerts a kind of a constraint on the individual. So in this way, all these social facts exerts a kind of constraint on individuals, that how individuals should be functioning, or how individuals should be performing his or her responsibilities according to the particular social facts. Marriage, suppose again, if you take the example of marriage, again it exerts a kind of constraint on that particular individual, that post-marriage how your life will be different and in comparison to pre-marriage. Another very important kind of characteristics of social fact is generality. Means no matter how diverse the social facts may be in different parts of the society, in different societies rather, but there has to be some generality that helps us to define the social facts. Like suppose marriage, there are different types of marriage. When we study marriage throughout different societies, we can find different types of marriage that exist, but still we find out the commonality in this particular institution, and hence we call it, though it is different, we call it marriage, and everything comes under the umbrella of marriage. Even though there are so many diverse types of marriage are there. There is monogamy, there is polygamy, there is kind of group marriage, there is same-sex marriage. There is so much of diversity that is there, but still we use the suffix marriage with it. We may use any prefix before it. It may be group marriage, it may be same-sex marriage, but still we use the word marriage with it because there is one common thing that is attached with it is called marriage. Because after that there is a kind of a union between individuals. After that their life changes. That's why there has to be some generality which explains the social facts. Though there are so much of diversity that is there in that particular social fact, there may be different types of that particular social fact that may exist, but there has to be some generality that define that social fact, because of which we can call it a social fact, so which is common in all the different societies that is there. So generality is another very important characteristics of social facts. The final very important characteristics of social facts is independent. It is independent to individuals. Means these particular social facts exist independently. The individuals are there, but the society is there, and the social facts exist independently. No matter what the individual thinks, what the individual thought, but it exists independent to the individual. So in this way, so social facts exist independent to the individual. Though individuals may be functioning, they may not want things to be done in a certain way, but or they may want to kind of control social facts, but they cannot, because it exists independently. So the existence of social facts is very independent. It is not dependent on individuals. So in this way, we can say that these are the 4 very important characteristics of social facts. Now, when we have understood the characteristics of social facts, we can go to the types of social facts. Now, Durkheim has divided social facts into 2 broad types. One is called material social facts, and another one is non-material social facts. So material social facts are again those social facts which can be easily which can be touched, which are tangible, and the non-material one which cannot be touched and felt. So Durkheim is more interested in the non-material social facts. Like say, if you say dress is a social fact, but it is an example of material social fact, because you can see and touch and feel that particular dress, whatever dress it is. Food is again another example of material social facts, which can be seen, touched, felt, tasted at the same time. But non-material social facts are those which cannot be touched or felt, which are mostly indirectly, which has to be understood. And Durkheim is more interested in that non-material social facts, like religion, like law, like rituals, like beliefs. All these are examples of non-material social facts which cannot be seen and touched and felt and tasted. So these are the example of non-material social facts. So broadly, though, Durkheim has divided social facts into material and non-material, but he has further gone into the detail of the types of social facts. So when you look at the types of social facts, this can also be categorized as institutional social facts. Institutional social facts are those which are accepted in that particular society, which are institutionalized in the particular society. This can be, say, education is an example of institutional social facts which is accepted in the society. Religion is another institutional society. Institutional social facts. Similarly, marriage is another example of institutional social facts which are accepted in that particular society. The opposite to the institutional social facts are the non-institutional social facts, which exist but which are not accepted in that particular society. Like maybe, say, gay marriage is still a non-institutional social facts, particularly in Indians in a context. Similarly, abortion is very much non-institutional. So these non-institutional social facts are those which are not accepted in the society, though they exist, but they are not accepted in the society. Another type of social facts that Durkheim has highlighted is the structural morphological social facts. Now, structural morphological means the social facts which are visible. It is very close to the material social facts, which are visible, or a physical manifestation is there, like say housing patterns, like clothing. All these are examples of structural morphological social facts, or we can also call it material social facts. Another type of social facts is pathological social facts. Now, this is very important, and we have already discussed in the theory of suicide that how there are also, in the theory of division of labor, that how there are also pathological division of labor. The division of labor may not be always positive. It may be negative also. In a similar way, pathological social facts are those which are negative for the society, which we can call it social ills, which affects the society negatively. So those are pathological social facts. So like suicide is an example of pathological social facts which affect the society negatively. Crime is another example of pathological social facts. So in this way we can categorize social facts broadly into material and non-material, of course, and then institutional, non-institutional, structural, morphological, and then pathological. So in this way we can categorize the types of social facts into these categories. Now, the most important part of social facts, which Durkheim has attempted to reach out to all the students of social sciences, that how should we study the social facts? Because according to Durkheim, the subject matter of sociology is the study of social facts. So what the sociologists should be doing is that they should be studying these social facts to unearth the laws which is governing the social behaviors. So here Durkheim is very close to Auguste Comte, whose theory of positivism also attempts to say the same thing, that our main endeavor should be to unearth the laws that is governing social behaviors. So similarly, Durkheim is also saying that by studying social facts, we can unearth the laws that is governing the social behavior. So here he has given a kind of a method that how we should be studying social facts. So what is the procedure through which we should be studying social facts? So he has given some methods which we should be following, which can give us an idea about how to study social facts. The first method that we should be applying is called observation. So we should be applying this observation method to find out the social facts, or the kind of social facts that is there. Like when we discussed about repressive and restitutive law, we can understand that by using observation we can find out that whether in this particular society repressive or restitutive law is functioning through some of the laws that is existing, that how this particular society is treating their criminals. Once we observe that, we can find out whether the society is a modern society or a primitive society. Because if their law is very harsh, if their law is very cruel, if their law is very repressive, we can say that the society is still very primitive. And if we say that their law is very reformative, where they are giving chances to the criminals to come back to the society and contribute positively, we can say that the society is more modern. So in this way, by using observation, we can understand social facts. what kind of social facts is existing in that particular society. So observation, according to Durkheim, is one of the most important method through which we can understand social facts. Another very important method that is used not only by Durkheim but most of the classical theorists is the method of classification. That in order to understand any particular social facts, classification helps us to understand the social facts much better than just describing that particular social facts. Like if I want to understand, say, part, you divide part into 2 or 3 parts to understand that these are the types of parts. Or if I want to understand authority, if you divide, like what Weber did, what Durkheim did, what Marx did, they have all tried to explain a particular social facts by giving different types of it. So through different types we can understand, okay, these are the different types of social facts, hence this is what the social fact is all about. So suppose if you want to understand what is authority, Weber has given, say, 3 types of authority, say rational authority, say legal authority, say charismatic authority. So by understanding all these different types of authority, we can understand that, okay, this is what authority as a whole is, and then these are the different types of authority. So in this way, classifying a particular social facts helps us to understand the social fact much more easily than just overtly describing that particular social facts. So hence classification is another very important method through which we can understand social facts. Then the next very important method is distinction, where we are distinguishing a particular social facts, whether the social facts is normal or pathological. So we have to understand that whether it is exerting a kind of positive function for the society or it is negative for the society. So in this way we can distinguish that a particular society is functioning positively for the society, or the social facts is actually negative for the society. At the same time, the same social facts may be occasionally very positive and negative at the same time. Like if you take, say, religion, for instance, religion, generally we find that religion is very normally functioning for the society, where religion is acting as a positive for the society, where religion is integrating people, where religion is helping to develop a kind of psychological balance to the people, which helps them to fight to face challenges in the society. On the contrary, religion may be used to encourage terrorism. So in this way, religion is then pathological. Here religion is used pathologically for the society. So we have to hence in case of distinction again, we have to distinguish that whether a particular social fact is acting as a positive for the society, whether it is contributing positively for the society or it is used negatively for the society. So this is what distinction is all about. So distinction is another way to study social facts. We have to distinguish whether the social fact is positive or negative for the particular society. Another very important way to study social fact, according to Durkheim, was to explain the social fact. So explanation is termed as another way to study social fact. Now this is one of the most important way to to study social facts, that we have to tell the audience that what this social fact is all about. Whatever we're studying, we have to give a descriptive analysis of that social fact. So when we say explanation, by that Durkheim means that we have to define the social facts first very precisely, so that it is very clear, it's very precisely it is defined, so that there is no outer of any confusion into it, that what this social fact is all about. Then in order to do that, we have to be as objective as possible. Means our own values and our own point of view should not be entering into the arena. Now how we can do that, how we can be objective, particularly when we are dealing with social instances or social happenings, the answer to it, Durkheim said that we can use methods of natural sciences, because natural sciences, the methodology are very value free, and it helps us to be very objective. Like what to some extent what Auguste Comte had suggested, the methods that we should be using, comparison of experimentation, all these are natural science methodology. So similarly, Durkheim is also suggesting us to take help or take refuge into the methods of um, natural sciences. Another very important point that he is highlighting, that in order to do this explanation is that we have to be empirical. Empirical means we have to go out there in the field and study the social facts, how it is happening in the field using our sense organs. So we have to go out there and study the social facts when it is happening out there in the field, instead of trying to interpret it from our perspective, sitting in our chairs and table. Rather than that, we should rather go out there and study the facts as it is happening out there in the grassroots. And by doing all these things, the final objective that we should be achieving when we're talking about explanation is that we should make some general laws, which was, if you can remember, which was at the beginning, he suggested that this is what the motto of social facts. Social facts help us to come up with laws that can explain why something happens in the society, that can explain social behavior. So by doing all these things, what we will be doing is that we will be coming up with general laws that explain social behaviors, which help us to understand that why social facts exist, how it exists, what it is, and what is the impact of it in the society. So in this way, if we go back, Durkheim tried to highlight what is social facts, how it is different from physical world.